It's great to be a part of this generous community of folks that love to share the results of their experiments so that others may learn and maybe even improve them. The late Greg Warmbrodt was one of those folks. Here is Dave Como, who'll show you some of Greg's work.
Greg Warmbrodt was a stereoscopic enthusiast and adventurer who was taken from us all too soon at the age of 57 on November 20th this year. He left behind a wealth of material on his 3D Time Traveler YouTube channel and more. Greg had a video as part of 3D Con this past August, and I think it gives a good indication of some of the imagery on his channel. After this video, we'll look into some of his wilder experiments with artificial intelligence and virtual reality. So here's the page in the link, and let me just paste that in there. So if you kind of go down to the bottom, you'll see in today's links, we've got the 3D Time Traveler YouTube channel. Here you can go to, so he had a bunch of subscribers, and you can see some of the different types of things that he was into. If you click on the search, you can search. You're searching just within this channel as opposed to the main page. But if you want to search for 3D, you can see a lot of side-by-side information. Let me share my screen again. Let me know if you can see it this time. You got that?
Got it.
Okay.
Got it. Yep,
So,
I see it.
right. So this is the video that we that was shown at 3D Con, and it's also available on his channel.
Hey, I'm Greg from the YouTube channel 3D Time Traveler. If you haven't checked out my channel, I basically show a lot of my collection of 3D stuff, stereographs, viewmasters, and stereo slides. And then there's a bit of stuff that I create on my own, and that's with 3D cameras or VR stuff. So I encourage you to give that a look. And if you do similar type of stuff or have similar collections, every once in a while I do what's called a 3D grab bag and showcase some other people's work. So if you ever wanted to do that, give me a shout out. So my channel is basically about things that I want to see on my VR headset. So there's not a ton of that out there. So I just kind of put what I would like to see there in 3D. And this video you're about to see is kind of such a thing. And more importantly, I ask myself, would the mysterious Dr. Stereo like to see this? And as you're about to see, I kind of think so. So enjoy the video and talk to you some other time.
I'm time traveling, the past, it's unraveling. I take a trip back in time, faster than a javelin. We'll see Jurassic times, make a bunch of dino rhymes. Check out this Viewmaster, I bought it at a 5 and dime. Now on to the dawn, when cameras were born. These old folks like stereography, they got it going on. Back in the days of yore, they fought the Civil War. North versus the South, glad they don't do this no more. Now, if you're ready, let's go and visit Teddy. I'm taking a picture with the president, so hold the camera steady. Century, got some real cool things to see. Cars and planes, the kind of stuff. It's fun going back in history. Now we're traveling faster. Here comes the Viewmaster. They made up a lot of cool stuff with textiles, wood and plaster. Then 70 years ago, you didn't have to be a pro. You just took your realist camera and made your own stereo. Look at all this chrome and at the Capitol Dome. Thanks for the invitation. Yo, what's up with this home? Let's return to 2021. Oh man, that trip was fun. Oh no, I overshot it. We're in the future, son. No, it's just me joking. It ain't just what you're token. Just thought I'd show you more cool things. My time machine's not broken.
So this next video is part of an experimentation that he did with some computer AI. So let's take a look at a segment from 3D Time Traveler 3D Grab Bag number 9.
Hey, welcome to 3D Time Traveler. I'm Greg. This is Grab Bag number 9, and I'm going to be showing you some interesting things today. First, if you're familiar with myheritage.com, it's a genealogy site. They have this cool tool where you can upload an old photo and they kind of animate the face for you. Well, I found out if you did a stereo pair and uploaded both sides, both faces, every once in a while they would give the same animation and you could combine it and make a 3D stereograph. So that's what's going to be first up, and stay tuned to the end of that because you'll see Lincoln in 3D, which is pretty cool. And then after that I've got 2 little segments. One is on the historic town of Marietta, Pennsylvania, a very Irish town, and I was there on St. Patrick's Day, so quick little tour around that, and then just some cha-cha images that I took out on hikes with the dogs. So stay tuned, watch that, and I'll be here at the end.
From this valley they say you are leaving. We shall miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For you take with you all of the sunshine that has brightened our pathway for a while. Then come sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu. Just remember the bright Mohawk Valley and the fond heart that's loved you so true. For a long time, my darling, I've waited for the sweet words you never would say. Now at last, all my fond hopes have vanished, for they say you are going away. Then come sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu. And remember the bright Mohawk Valley and the fond heart that's loved you so true.
It's great that so I see that that Greg's wife is here and she's in the chat, and so we wanted to just to let her know that you know, his great contributions, and everybody really enjoyed his channel and all that. So one other thing, so Greg was a big fan of the VR 180 format, which is a 3D stereo method using a stereo pair and essentially a fisheye format, and that gives the viewer a 180-degree immersive experience. So many of his videos are in that format, and the experience is like if you've ever seen a real IMAX movie theater about nature, not a regular Hollywood movie, but content that's designed to really wrap around you. Usually these images can only be viewed in a VR headset, where we're going to try to give you a sense of this at home. So John wants to do this after the break, so stay tuned for the after party. Then we'll watch the world's first VR 180 images from 1870 on YouTube. Greg's frequent contributions and willingness to explore the realms of dimension will be greatly missed by the 3D community, and memorial contributions can be made to the American Heart Association as noted in his obituary, which is on our accompanying page.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you for honoring Greg's work. We all appreciate it. And of course, all our condolences to Greg's family. I'm glad his wife had a chance to show up today and see how important he is and how he'd be missed.
You were promised the world's first VR, and so I'm going to go over and play Greg's time traveler video here. And what I'm going to do is play it for a little bit, and then I'll pause it and we'll try to switch over and try to put like our virtual headsets on. Okay, can you guys see that? Give me a nod if you can see that. Okay, cool.
Hey, welcome to 3D Time Traveler. I'm Greg. Hopefully you're all watching this on something like this, which was, introduced here in the 21st century. I'm going to be, in just a short moment, showing you the same thing, 180 degrees, 3D, but from 1870. And it's not a computer trick. It's just something magical that happened when somebody did something really strange with these. So this is only going to take me a couple minutes to set up, and then we're going to be right there in 1870.
Okay, so now I'm gonna shift over, and we're gonna do something kind of wacky where
Stereographs were enormous.
Oh, so just to point out, this is we're trying to approximate the view that you would have of a VR 180 headset. Now, obviously, it's not really possible to do that, but what this is on the website, we have these links, and you can click to kind of scroll around. So that previous image where you saw it was all kind of like warpy. If I, I'll move it back here and kind of pop back a second, right? So you can see all of the things surrounding you. It's just kind of unwrapped to be in front of you. So in a VR headset, it'll be more wrapped around so that you can kind of, so you can look around right and left and up and down and be immersed. So we'll continue with the video, and I'll kind of live move around, approximating you looking around.
These. So this is only going to take me a couple minutes to set up, and then we're going to be right there in 1870. Stereographs were enormously popular in the last half of the 19th century. They gave people a chance to see the world in 3D, just as you're seeing this image. And this is an 1870 stereograph of George Irish taking a selfie by pointing his camera at that same ball that we saw in the previous image. What he has captured here in the reflection will look familiar to anyone who has played around.
I don't know, I'm having some problems here. Sorry, my video is not playing.
I'm going to be, in just a short moment, showing you the same thing, 180 degrees, 3D, but from 1870. And it's not a computer trick. It's just something magical that happened when somebody did something really strange with these. So this is only going to take me a couple minutes to set up, and then we're going to be right there in 1870.
Sounded okay before.
Stereographs were enormously popular in the last half of the 19th century. They gave people a
You can see the screen, Dave?
Yes, and it sounds okay too.
Okay, great.
chance to see the world in 3D, just as you're seeing this image. And this is an 1870 stereograph of George Irish taking a selfie by pointing his camera at that same ball that we saw in the previous image. What he has captured here in the reflection will look familiar to anyone who has played around with VR cameras. He's captured a full 180-degree reflection, and he's done it with both lenses of that stereo camera. So I've unwrapped the information in those reflections and now can put you in the scene as if you were facing the photographer and his camera in 1870. To your left is the Fort William Henry Hotel. and to your right is Lake George in New York State. Look up, look down. You are seeing VR 180 content in 3D taken in 1870. Same reflective ball, same location. This is Seneca Ray Stoddard's version of the same image. His camera is just a bit further back, so the view is a little bit different. Here are two more examples from Sonnenberg Gardens in Canandaigua, New York. Here are a couple more. The scans I got of these are lower resolution, so the image isn't as sharp, but you still get a sense of being in 3D space, and you're still in the 19th century. Like most fads, this one went out of style quickly, but only to appear again. It reappeared in the 1920s. Here are some unwrapped photographs, just two-dimensional this time, including the first two here by the artist Man Ray. Unwrapping these globe photos offers us a rare opportunity when we see this lithograph by M.C. Escher. We can find out how good his drawing skills really were, and they check out pretty impressively. I was at a restaurant in Maine and came across this rather beat-up globe and thought I'd try my hand at it, just with my iPhone. You know what? 21st century, and the trick still works. There's more stuff you can unwrap, though. Fisheye lens pictures. Here are a couple of 3D photos of stereoscopic convention attendees taken by the amazing Susan Pinsky. It's worth noting that the people you see in these photos are so very important in carrying on the tradition of 3D that started back in the 19th century with stereographs, into the 20th century with Viewmasters and stereo realist cameras, and today with 3D movies, VR headsets, and whatever else is coming next. The fads come and go, but it's these enthusiasts who keep it alive.
So definitely go to the 3D Time Traveler YouTube page and check it out. And if you have the VR headset, you'll have definitely a much better experience. So yeah, so some of those were 2D. I think he's just showing the wrapping, and he's done some really cool unwrapping as well. There's a couple videos of the 60s, like the Beatles. They're in 2D, but they're taken with the fisheye or the globes, and he's unwrapped them, and so they look more immersive in the headset. So I'll just I'm going to unmute too. I'll allow people to unmute, and if anybody has anything to add, if people have like checked out the page and if they have any comments. Okay, so I flipped it now. Or if you want to get in the queue, you can press the raise hand button and call on you.
Mic is live. Can you hear me? Testing, testing, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Yep, we hear you, Altspace.
Testing. Sweet. Just wanted to say the exhibit is awesome, and I look forward to its growth in the future. I thought it looked really interesting, and yeah, man, that was crazy. I actually was like, damn, this is really, this is really fucking cool. Excuse my language, but standing really close to that thing, and I'm like, this picture was taken in 18 something, and I'm like, what? But yeah, good job, man.
Pretty heady on a Saturday.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, thanks, Jerry.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah, no problem.
Yeah, so we have these every Saturday. Saturday's our last show of the season, and then we start up again in February.
I have.
Sure, man.
Okay, sorry.
No. You go ahead.
I have the 180 3D images. If you can get them to me somehow, I'll set up a world in here where they're on a a loop where people can go in and see them.
Oh, cool. Actually, you know what? We do have, I forgot to mention that, but we do, there is a world which I guess we didn't set up a portal, but there's no good way for me to get it to you, now. So in our links.
But you can send it later on.
Okay, cool. Let me point out, I thought we had our, oh yeah, here we go. So in the share, Jim Harp has set up one called NSA 21 VR 180 Depot. So probably if you're in AltSpace and you go and you search the worlds for VR 180, this should show up. And this world has, it has some of Greg's images that he submitted for 3DCon. So some of his own photography. And then also Jim Harp was able to put some of these things that you saw earlier into that world. And I think Jay was Jay able to set up the globes in that world. I'm not sure. We have a kit that has the globe, so maybe if he was checking it out, they did have it.
From this valley they say you are leaving. We shall miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For you take with you all of the sunshine that has brightened our pathway for a while. Then come sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu. Just remember the bright Mohawk Valley and the fond heart that's loved you so true. For a long time, my darling, I've waited for the sweet